What if every weakness in your life is something you've allowed? What if the reason you're tired, broke, or emotionally weak is because you never rewired your mind? Today we break that cycle. These are 8 Stoic mind shifts that will make you mentally unbreakable and give you the wealth mindset of a Stoic. If you're tired of emotional spending, tired of fear stopping you, tired of chasing motivation that never lasts, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe to join thousands of people upgrading their mindset every week. Because these Stoic mind shifts, they're raw, real, and backed by centuries of wisdom and modern data. Mind shift 1, own your mind. Hook and key. Message Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This single sentence is the foundation of Stoicism. It's a wake-up call. You cannot control the world, but you can control your reaction to it. The everyday story. Imagine you are driving to an important meeting and suddenly you hit a massive traffic jam. Person A explodes. They swear, hit the steering wheel, and spend the whole day angry. Person B in the same jam calmly turns on an audiobook, reflects on solutions, and arrives focused instead of furious. The same event, 2 totally different outcomes. The difference isn't the event, it's the mind. The science behind controlling your mind. Harvard researchers Killingsworth and Gilbert, 2010, discovered something shocking. 47% of waking hours, people's minds wander, and they usually drift to negative thoughts. People who can consciously control their thoughts are 30% happier and 23% better at making decisions. The Stoic advantage? By controlling your mind, you reduce stress hormones like cortisol, improve decision-making, and become resilient, no matter what's happening around you. Modern Stoic application, wealth in life, in investing and entrepreneurship. Most people focus on things outside their control. The stock market crash, the latest recession news, people's opinions about their business. A Stoic investor flips the script. Don't control the market, control your risk exposure. Don't control the economy, control your skill building and cash flow. Warren Buffett said it best. The most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect. His famous examples. Elon Musk. After 3 SpaceX rocket failures, instead of emotional collapse, he said, "Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough." This calm mindset secured funding and made SpaceX a success. Oprah Winfrey. Fired from her first TV job, she didn't spiral emotionally. Instead, she said, "I don't believe in failure. It is not failure if you enjoyed the process." She built a media empire worth billions. Practical exercise, 5 minutes a day. 1. Stoic journaling. Every morning, write 3 things you can control and 3 things you cannot control today. O. Commit to acting only on what you can control. 2. 4 to 7 to 8 breathing for stress. Reset. O. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds. O. Repeat 3 cycles. This calms your nervous system in less than 2 minutes. 3. 90-second response rule. O. When triggered by an email or rude comment, wait 90 seconds before reacting. O. That gap separates impulsive emotion from wise action. Research and data. American Psychological Association, APA, survey. 72% of adults worry about uncontrollable things, economy, politics, weather. and this chronic stress shortens life expectancy by up to 2 years. Neuroscience studies show mindfulness and self-control increase gray matter density in the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making and self-regulation area of the brain. Stoic wealth connection. If you can't control markets, competition, or even unexpected global events like a pandemic, what remains? Your mindset and your actions. You control how much you save. You control what skills you develop. You control how you emotionally react to losses. This stoic mindset separates panic sellers from disciplined investors. Actionable challenge for you. Today's exercise: 1. Take a sheet of paper. 2. Draw a line down the middle. Label one column I control and the other I don't control. 4. List today's challenges into each column. 5. Focus only on the left column for 24 hours. Do this daily for 7 days. You'll feel lighter, calmer, and far more productive. Key quotes to remember. Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Epictetus, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor, psychiatrist, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Summary of lesson. You cannot control everything. You can control your mind, your choices, your emotional response. That's your greatest power and your ultimate freedom. Mindshift 2, Pain is Training, English version, approximately 2,000 words. Hook and core idea. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Pain, challenges, and failures are not enemies. They are training partners. They shape your resilience, sharpen your focus, and prepare you for greatness. The real-life story: consider Thomas Edison. He failed more than 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. When asked if he felt like a failure, Edison replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison understood what Stoics have known for over 2,000 years. Pain is feedback. Failure is training. Science behind pain and growth. 1. Neuroscience findings. According to the University of Cambridge, people who undergo significant challenges, loss, failure, or trauma, and engage in positive coping strategies experience 40% higher stress resilience than those who avoid discomfort. The brain rewires under stress through a process called neuroplasticity, building new pathways that make future challenges easier to manage. 2. Post-traumatic growth, PTG. Harvard research shows 55% of trauma survivors report positive growth afterward. Better relationships, stronger appreciation for life, and greater mental toughness. The Stoic principle is the same. Don't curse pain, use it to grow. Modern Stoic application: wealth and life. Think about financial pain, losing money in an investment, getting fired unexpectedly, facing debt. Most people panic, blame others, or give up. A Stoic mindset says, "This is training. What can I learn? How can I become stronger?" Example: during the 2008 financial crisis, many investors panicked. Warren Buffett said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." Those who learned from the pain of market collapse and applied discipline ended up wealthier after the recovery. Emotional pain builds character. A breakup, it teaches boundaries and self-worth. A betrayal, it teaches discernment and trust management. A public failure, it teaches humility and persistence. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Meditations, 10.3. Key famous examples. Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. That pain fueled his legendary work ethic. He said, I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. J.K. Rowling, rejected 12 times by publishers before Harry Potter changed the world. She said, rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. Practical exercise, pain training protocol, 5-minute daily drill. 1. Identify today's pain. Write down one challenge causing stress or discomfort. 2. Reframe. Ask, how is this training me? 3. Micro-action. Choose one small step to engage with the pain instead of avoiding it. Example, if fear of public speaking holds you back, volunteer to ask one question in a meeting. 4th affirmation, pain is my training ground. I grow stronger through struggle. Voluntary discomfort practice. Stoics often practice voluntary hardship to prepare for inevitable challenges. Sleep on a harder surface once a week. Skip one luxury meal. Fast for a day or take a cold shower. Seneca said, set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest fare and rough clothing, saying to yourself, is this the condition I feared? This practice reduces fear and increases resilience. Data and research. University of California, 2020, found people who intentionally expose themselves to controlled discomfort, like cold showers, fasting, or endurance sports, developed 25% more grit than control groups. World Economic Forum. Resilience is among the top 5 skills for future jobs. Proving pain tolerance isn't just philosophical, it's practical for success. Financial pain, financial power. Instead of avoiding financial pain, use it as feedback. A failed investment? Analyze what went wrong, lack of research, emotional decision. Job loss? Build a skill to be layoff-proof next time. Debt stress? Learn budgeting, automation, and multiple income streams. Ray Dalio, billionaire investor, said, pain plus reflection equals progress. Actionable challenge for you. This week's pain training challenge. Identify one discomfort you usually avoid. Physical, avoid. Emotional, avoid. Financial. Engage it for 10 minutes each day. Examples, O, cold shower. O, practicing a difficult conversation. O, reviewing financial mistakes instead of ignoring them. Mind shift 3. Stop emotional spending. Did you know? According to CNBC, 64% of Americans admit to emotional spending, losing an average of $5,400 a year on unplanned purchases. The Stoic lesson is clear. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. Emotional spending doesn't just drain wallets. It erodes discipline and mental clarity. Stop emotional spending, and you stop sabotaging your own wealth. Everyday story, how emotional spending sneaks in meat. Sarah, a marketing executive. After a stressful workday, she scrolls through Instagram and sees a limited edition pair of sneakers. Within minutes, she hits buy now. For 10 seconds, she feels amazing, until the credit card bill arrives. This isn't just Sarah, it's millions of us. Emotional spending is not about what you buy, but why you buy. The psychology of emotional spending. Why do we do it? 1. Dopamine rush. Neuroscientists at Stanford found that shopping releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter associated with gambling and even certain addictive behaviors. 2. Stress response. A Yale University study showed that stressed people are 23% more likely to make impulsive purchases as a coping mechanism. 3. Social comparison trap. Seeing others' curated lifestyles online triggers FOMO, fear of missing out, leading to purchases that don't align with personal values. Stoic wealth perspective. The Stoic approach flips the script. Instead of asking, "Can I afford it?" ask, "Do I really need it?" Instead of buying to feel better, practice feeling better without buying. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Stoicism reminds us that true wealth isn't about owning more. It's about needing less. Data. The real cost of emotional spending. $5,400 per year wasted, invested at 7% return, becomes $60,000 in 10 years, $150,000 in 20 years. 2023 U.S. household debt hits $17 trillion, partly fueled by impulsive spending behavior. Modern-day example. During the COVID-19 lockdowns, online retail skyrocketed and comfort shopping became common. Amazon's revenue grew 37% in 2020 alone, but surveys showed 41% of consumers regretted those purchases within a month. Lesson: buying to fill emotional gaps is temporary. Financial consequences are permanent. Famous quotes to shift perspective. Warren Buffett: "If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need." Epictetus: "Curb your desire. Don't set your heart on so many things, and you will get what you need." Practical Stoic exercises 1. The 24-hour rule. Before any non-essential purchase, wait 24 hours. Ask, will this purchase improve my life, or is it just an emotional reaction? 2. Replace the habit. Every time you feel the urge to buy, take a 5-minute walk. Journal about what you feel. Ask, what emotion am I trying to fix by buying? 3. Financial journaling. Track every purchase for 30 days. Categorize need, want, impulse. At the end of the month, add up impulse spending. Seeing the actual number is often a powerful wake-up call. Voluntary simplicity practice. Seneca advised practicing voluntary discomfort. Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest fare and rough clothing, saying to yourself, "Is this the condition I feared?" This exercise builds gratitude for what you have and reduces the urge to chase wants. Case study: turning emotional spending into wealth. Mark, a 32-year-old teacher, realized he spent $400 a month on random online purchases. After applying the 24-hour rule and financial journaling, he cut his spending in half. He invested the extra $200 a month into an index fund. In 5 years, that became $15,000, all because he stopped emotional buying. Challenge for this week: 1. Choose one purchase category, clothes, gadgets, dining out. 2. Apply the 24-hour rule for every purchase in that category this week. 3rd, journal the emotion before and after resisting the purchase. At the end of the week, reflect. Did skipping the purchase actually harm you? Spoiler, it probably didn't. Emotional spending and mental health. Interestingly, emotional spending often leads to more stress, not less. A survey by Credit Karma showed 65% of people who made impulse purchases experienced regret within 24 hours. The dopamine high fades fast, but debt stays. By breaking this cycle, You don't just key quotes to remember. Epictetus. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Marcus Aurelius. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Warren Buffett. If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need. Summary of lesson. Emotional spending is not about what you buy, it's about why you buy. Use Stoic practices like the 24-hour Mind Shift 4. Choose discipline over motivation. Motivation feels good, but it is unreliable. Discipline feels hard, but it is permanent. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." Meditations 10.3. Motivation is an emotion, like happiness or anger. It comes and goes. Discipline is a decision, a muscle you build that stays even when you feel nothing. Everyday story, the gym example. Imagine two people join a gym. Person A relies on motivation. On good days, they train hard. On lazy days, they skip. Person B relies on discipline. They train every day at 6 a.m., whether they feel like it or not. Who gets results after 6 months? Person B. Motivation starts the engine, but discipline keeps you moving when the fuel is low. The science behind habits and discipline. Duke University research shows 45% of daily actions are habitual, not conscious decisions. People with consistent habits save 2 times more money and are 3 times more likely to hit fitness and financial goals. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Stoicism equals system. It teaches, build habits aligned with virtue, not moods. Motivation is a trap. Motivation often comes after success, not before it. Waiting to feel motivated is like waiting for the perfect weather to start a business. It never comes. Epictetus warned, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Modern Stoic application, wealth and life in finance. Motivated people save when they feel like it. Disciplined people save 10% of income automatically, no feeling required. Over 10 years, that difference means tens of thousands of dollars. In business, motivated entrepreneurs work hard when sales are high. Disciplined entrepreneurs keep daily KPIs and cold calls even during slow months. That's why they survive downturns. Famous examples. Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL commander. Discipline equals freedom. He wakes at 4:30 a.m. daily for workouts, writing, and planning, regardless of how he feels. Kobe Bryant trained 4 a.m. sessions daily, even on championship off seasons. He said, "I don't understand lazy people. We don't speak the same language." Practical Stoic exercises 1. Daily non-negotiable habit. Pick one habit, 10-minute workout, 10 pages reading, $10 saved daily. Do it every day at the same time, no excuses. Track for 21 days to install discipline, the 5-minute rule. On days you feel lazy, commit to doing just 5 minutes. Most times, momentum kicks in and you finish the full session. 3. Evening reflection. Every night, Marcus Aurelius reflected, ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Write down, did I live with discipline today? If not, plan a fix tomorrow. Data on discipline versus motivation. Harvard Business Review, 2021, found disciplined workers outperform motivated ones by 30% in productivity. Financial Planning Association. People who automate savings build 3 times more wealth than those saving manually when they feel like it. Emotional side of discipline. Discipline isn't about being robotic. It's about emotional resilience. You still feel tired, sad, or uninspired, but you act based on values, not moods. Marcus Aurelius again. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being. Case study from motivation to discipline. Tom, a sales rep, used to work hard only when in good mood. His numbers were inconsistent. After practicing discipline, he created daily call quotas, 25 calls per day. Regardless of mood, he executed the system. Within 3 months, sales increased 40%. Stress decreased because he no longer depended on feeling motivated. Voluntary discomfort as a discipline builder. Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort, cold showers, fasting, sleeping on the floor, to strengthen self-control. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Doing difficult things on purpose trains your brain. I can endure discomfort, therefore I can stay disciplined. Challenge this week: 1. Pick one habit: fitness, financing, study. 2. Do it at the same time daily for 7 days. No excuses. 3. Journal each night. Did I follow my discipline? If not, why? At the end of the week, reflect. Do I feel stronger depending on discipline instead of motivation? Key quotes to remember. Marcus Aurelius, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." Epictetus, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Jocko Willink, "Discipline equals freedom." Summary of lesson. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is permanent. Habits and systems, feelings and moods. Stoic discipline creates freedom in wealth, health, and mindset. Mindshift 5, practice voluntary discomfort. Modern life is built around comfort, air conditioning, fast food, entertainment on demand. But comfort has a hidden cost. It makes us weak. The Stoics knew this and trained their minds and bodies with voluntary discomfort. Seneca advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest fare and rough clothing, saying to yourself, 'Is this the condition I feared?'" Everyday story. The cold shower test meet. Alex, a software engineer. His life is comfortable, remote job, food delivery, endless Netflix. But when a real crisis hit, a big layoff, he panicked because he had never practiced stress or discomfort. Compare him to Maria, who had a habit of voluntary discomfort, cold showers, fasting once a week, and waking up at 5 a.m. When she faced her own layoff, she adapted faster. She already knew how to handle discomfort and uncertainty. The science behind discomfort. 1. Hormesis effect. Stressing your body intentionally, cold exposure, fasting, exercise, builds resilience. According to the University of Cambridge, controlled discomfort improves stress recovery by 25%. 2. Neuroplasticity. Facing uncomfortable but safe challenges rewires your brain to respond calmly to unexpected stress. 3. Psychological grit. Angela Duckworth, author of Grit, found that grit predicts success better than talent or IQ. Voluntary discomfort is one way to train grit. Modern Stoic application. Wealth in life in finance and career. Comfort trap. People stay in jobs they hate because it's safe. Never grow. Stoic approach. Get used to change and temporary hardship so you can take bold opportunities, e.g., I'm starting a business, learning a high-demand skill. Example, Elon Musk once said, "I lived on $1 a day for a month to see if I could handle it. Turns out it was fine. That gave me confidence to start my companies." Famous examples. Theodore Roosevelt. took strenuous life seriously. Boxing, hiking, military service, all while suffering from chronic illness. David Goggins, Navy SEAL, endurance athlete, uses daily discomfort, ultramarathons, cold exposure, to build mental toughness. Practical Stoic exercises. Voluntary discomfort routine 1. Cold shower challenge, 3 minutes. Take 1 cold shower every morning for a week. Focus on breathing calmly and repeating, "This is training, not punishment." Second fasting practice, 12 to 24 hours. Skip 1 meal or practice intermittent fasting. Stoic lesson. You don't need constant comfort to function at your best. Third minimalist day. Pick 1 day a week, wear simple clothes, eat basic meals, use no entertainment. Ask, is this condition I feared? Am I still okay? Research data on discomfort and growth. Harvard Business Review, 2020. Leaders who regularly expose themselves to controlled stress, like public speaking, endurance sports, have 34% higher resilience scores than those who don't. Journal of Psychology and Health. People practicing voluntary fasting reported 40% higher self-control after 30 days. Emotional benefits. When you voluntarily embrace discomfort, fear loses its power. You gain confidence knowing I can handle more than I thought. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Case study, From Comfort to Growth. Jenny was terrified of speaking in public. She practiced voluntary discomfort. Every week she did one small, scary thing: ordering coffee in a new language, speaking up at a meeting. Within 3 months, she gave a 10-minute company presentation confidently. Her reflection, discomfort was my teacher. I used to avoid it, now I chase it. Weekly Challenge 1. Choose 1 voluntary discomfort activity, cold shower, fasting, minimal day. 2. Do it for 7 days straight. Third journal. What did I fear? What actually happened? This creates proof that discomfort isn't deadly, it's liberating. Key quotes to remember. Seneca. Set aside a certain number of days. Is this the condition I feared? Marcus Aurelius. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it. Elon Musk. Living on almost nothing taught me I could survive, and that made me fearless. Summary of lesson. Comfort makes us weak. Voluntary discomfort makes us resilient. Practicing discomfort builds confidence, adaptability, and mental toughness. By embracing small hardships today, you're prepared for life's big storms tomorrow. Mind Shift 6. Master your morning. How you start your day is how you live your day. How you live your day is how you live your life. Stoics believe that mornings set the tone for the soul. Marcus Aurelius began each day with reflection, reminding himself, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, yet they are my kin. No one can harm me. Meditations 2.1. A Stoic morning is not about rushing or scrolling your phone. It is about preparing the mind for life's battles. Modern reality, why mornings matter. Harvard Business Review found that people with structured mornings are 90% more likely to hit their daily goals. Duke University research. Your first 2 hours after waking are the most cognitively productive, yet most people waste it on social media and emails. A Stoic morning routine isn't about perfection. It's about control. If you control your mornings, you control your life. Everyday story. 2 mornings, 2 outcomes. Person A wakes up, scrolls Instagram, rushes out the door, forgets breakfast, and starts the day reactive and stressed. Person B wakes up, meditates, journals, plans priorities, and starts the day calm and focused. Which life do you want? Stoics chose B every time. Stoic Morning Blueprint 1. Wake with intention, no snooze. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." Meditations 5.1. Practice rising immediately. Train your willpower at the very start. 2. Morning reflection or journaling. 5-minute Stoic journal. 1. What is in my control today? 2. What fears or distractions will I ignore? 3. One thing I am grateful for. 3. Body priming, movement. Stoics valued physical strength as part of virtue. 10 to 20 minutes of stretching, push-ups, or a brisk walk signals the body it's time to perform. 4. Focus planning, one priority. Write the top 3 tasks and circle one key task that, if done, makes the day a win. The Science of Morning Habits. University of London, 2020. People with structured morning routines report 28% lower stress and more consistent energy throughout the day. Cornell study, CEOs who do planning before 9 a.m. outperform peers by 23% productivity on average. Famous examples of morning mastery. Benjamin Franklin started every day asking, "What good shall I do this day?" Tim Cook, Apple CEO, wakes at 3:45 a.m. to focus on priorities before distractions start. Oprah Winfrey practices 20 minutes of meditation before doing anything else. Modern Stoic application. Wealth and life. When your morning is rushed, your decisions are reactive. That leads to emotional spending, poor investments, and wasted time. But when your morning is calm and intentional, you invest, not impulse buy. You focus on creating value instead of chasing distractions. You are emotionally ready to handle negativity and pressure. Practical Stoic morning routine, 20 to 30 minutes. 1. Wake up and breathe 2 minutes. 4 to 7 to 8 breathing or simple mindful breaths. 2. Reflect and journal, 5 minutes. Focus on what you can control. 3. Move, 10 minutes. Stretch, light exercise, or a short walk. Plan the day, 5 to 10 minutes. Set top 3 tasks and one big priority. Voluntary discomfort element. To make mornings even more powerful, add one small discomfort. Cold shower after exercise. 5 minutes of silence. No phone, no music. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual. This builds mental resilience and gives you time to lead rather than react. Case study, from chaos to control. Mike, a young entrepreneur, used to wake at 8:30 a.m., rush to emails, and feel stressed all day. After adopting a Stoic morning routine, wake at 6:30, journaling, meditation, planning. Within 30 days, productivity increased 35%. Stress decreased 40%. He reported, I finally feel like I'm steering my life instead of being dragged by it. Weekly challenge for the next 7 days. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Follow the 4-step Stoic routine above. Journal each evening. How did my morning influence my day? Key quotes to remember. Marcus Aurelius. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being. Seneca. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Benjamin Franklin. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Summary of lesson. Mornings are your most powerful leverage point. A Stoic morning builds resilience, focus, and emotional stability. Master your morning, master your day, master your life. Mindshift 7. Use death as motivation. Death is uncomfortable to think about, but Stoics saw it as a powerful tool for life. Marcus Aurelius urged himself daily, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Meditations, November 2nd. Instead of fearing death, Stoics used it to fuel urgency, clarity, and gratitude. Modern reality, why we avoid death. We live as if time is infinite, scrolling, procrastinating, holding grudges. But life is short. The average human lifespan is 4,000 weeks. The Stoics practiced memento mori, remember you will die, to focus on what matters most. Everyday story, the wake-up call. John worked long hours chasing promotions, always saying, "Someday I'll spend more time with my family." One day a car accident nearly took his life. He survived, but his outlook changed. He started leaving work at 5 p.m. to be home for dinner. He booked that trip he kept delaying. He realized death clarified what life was really about. Science of Mortality Motivation 1. Mortality Salience Effect. Research from the University of Missouri found that thinking about death can increase focus on life goals and personal values. 2. Time perception and productivity. People given a time limit to complete tasks or who reflect on life's shortness work 20 to 30% more efficiently. Third emotional benefit. Psychologists at Yale found that those who acknowledge death often report higher gratitude and life satisfaction. Stoic approach. Live like you're dying because you are. Stop delaying that business idea, that someday trip, that apology you keep postponing. Do it now. Stop sweating small stuff. If today were your last day, would you waste time arguing on Twitter? Live fully. Focus on virtue and contribution, not on impressing strangers. Famous examples. Steve Jobs. In his Stanford commencement speech, he said, "Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life." Ryan Holiday, modern Stoic author, keeps a memento mori coin in his pocket to remind himself of mortality daily. Practical Stoic exercises 1. Memento mori practice. Every morning, write this down. If today was my last day, what one thing would I still dare to do? At night, reflect. Did I live today as if it mattered? 2. 5-minute mortality meditation. Close your eyes and imagine life as a finite timeline. Ask, what really matters to me? And visualize doing it today. 3. Gratitude amplifier. Use the thought of death to enhance gratitude. This meal, this conversation, this sunrise, I might not get it again. Modern Stoic application, wealth and life. When you see life as finite, you stop chasing vanity metrics, status spending, shallow relationships. You focus on financial freedom not to hoard money, but to buy time. You prioritize meaningful work instead of endless busyness. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Case study, productivity shift. Anna, a mid-level manager, used to procrastinate heavily. After attending a Stoic workshop on mortality, she adopted a top 3 priorities rule each day. She started saving aggressively to retire earlier and spend time traveling with her kids. Within 6 months, she said, "Thinking about death gave me permission to really live." Weekly challenge, memento mori. Practice 1. Write on a sticky note. You could leave life right now. Put it on your mirror. 2. Each morning read it and ask, what matters most today? 3. Do one thing daily you would regret leaving undone. Key quotes to remember. Marcus Aurelius. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Seneca. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Steve Jobs. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to make big choices. Summary of lesson. Death is not an enemy, it is a compass. Remembering mortality creates urgency, gratitude, and focus. When you live with the awareness of death, you finally live life fully. Mind Shift 8. Build an inner fortress. Storms will come. Economies crash. People betray. Opportunities vanish. If your happiness depends on things outside you, you'll break. If your happiness is built inside you, nothing can touch it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Meditations 5.16. This is the ultimate Stoic goal. Build an inner fortress no storm can breach. Everyday story, the storm test. Two people lose their jobs. Person A collapses emotionally, blames the world, and spirals into anxiety. Person B feels the loss but says, "I control my response. I control what I do next." They take action, adapt, and rebuild. What's the difference? One had no inner fortress, the other did. The Stoic inner fortress. The Stoics built their fortress using 3 walls. 1. Control wall. Focus only on what's inside your control. Thoughts, actions, values. 2. Virtue wall. Live by unbreakable principles. Courage, justice, wisdom, temperance. 3. Reflection. Wall daily check. What did I do well? What can I improve? Science of resilience. 1. Neuroplasticity. Repeatedly choosing rational responses strengthens brain pathways for calm and logic. 2. Stress inoculation training, AICT. Psychologists use small stress exposures to build emotional immunity, exactly what Stoics practiced. 3. Mindfulness and gratitude studies. Harvard research shows daily reflection reduces stress by 43% and improves emotional stability. Modern Stoic application, wealth and life. Financial market crash, your fortress prevents panic selling. Personal crisis, your fortress gives emotional stability to make wise decisions. Social media chaos, your fortress keeps you focused on what matters. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Practical exercises to build your fortress. 1. Daily reflection, evening. Ask yourself, what's in my control? What did I do well today? What do I need to adjust tomorrow? 2. Mental rehearsal. Each morning, imagine challenges, rude people, financial setbacks, health scares. Practice calm responses mentally. This trains emotional immunity. 3. Gratitude armor. Write 3 things you're grateful for daily. Gratitude shields the mind from envy and anger. Famous examples. Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor, psychiatrist. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Marcus Aurelius ruled during plague and war, yet wrote daily about staying calm and virtuous. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet emerged focused on forgiveness, not revenge. Case study, Inner Fortress in Business. During the 2020 pandemic, many entrepreneurs panicked and closed prematurely. One CEO, however, had practiced Stoic reflection for years. Instead of panicking, he cut non-essential expenses, doubled customer communication, and pivoted digitally. The result? His company grew 15% during a global crisis. His reflection: my mind was stronger than my fear. Weekly challenge, Fortress Builder 1. Spend 5 minutes each evening journaling. What shook me today? How could I respond better? 2. Spend 2 minutes each morning visualizing calm responses to possible challenges. 3. Commit to 1 virtue action daily. Act courageously, help someone. Say no to a harmful habit. Do this for 7 days and notice how much calmer and focused you feel. Key quotes to remember. Marcus Aurelius, The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Viktor Frankl, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Summary of lesson. Life storms are inevitable. Your inner fortress determines whether you stand or fall. Build your fortress through control, virtue, and reflection. With an inner fortress, you are unshakable, calm in chaos, wealthy in mindset, free in spirit. Conclusion plus call to action. The big picture, why these 8 mind shifts matter. You have now explored 8 powerful Stoic principles. 1. Own your mind, because your thoughts shape your life. 2. Pain is training, because every challenge is a teacher. 3rd, stop emotional spending, because wealth is built by clarity, not impulse. 4. Choose discipline over motivation, because feelings are temporary, but habits last forever. 5. Practice voluntary discomfort, because comfort makes you weak and hardship makes you strong. 6. Master your morning, because how you start your day is how you live your life. 7. Use death as motivation, because life is short and urgency creates clarity. 8. Build an inner fortress, because storms will come and you must stand unshaken. These aren't just abstract ideas, they are daily tools. When you put them together, you create something rare, a mind that cannot be broken by life's chaos, and a financial life free from emotional slavery. What happens if you do nothing? If you ignore these lessons, life will still move forward, but not necessarily toward freedom. Without owning your mind, you'll live at the mercy of anxiety and other people's opinions. Without pain training, every setback will feel like a catastrophe instead of a lesson. Without controlling your spending, you'll trade your future freedom for momentary pleasure. Without discipline, you'll live on emotional autopilot and regret lost potential. Without discomfort training, the first storm will knock you down. Without morning mastery, you'll live in reaction instead of creation. Without death awareness, you'll waste your precious, limited time. Without an inner fortress, life will feel like walking on thin ice, ready to crack at every stress. The transformation if you apply them. Now imagine what happens if you take these lessons seriously. You stop reacting emotionally and start responding with clarity. You build consistent habits that multiply wealth and mental strength. You look at discomfort and say, this is training me. You wake up with purpose, live with urgency, and go to bed with gratitude. You face life's storms calm and confident because you have an inner fortress no one can break. Real stories, real people. Throughout this journey, we've looked at examples. Elon Musk testing his limits by living on $1 a day, Oprah Winfrey using rejection as fuel, Viktor Frankl choosing attitude in the worst conditions imaginable. They all prove one thing. Your mindset is your ultimate asset. Money can be lost, jobs can disappear, relationships can change. But a disciplined, resilient, stoic mind, that stays with you no matter what. Practical call to action, start small, start now. You don't need to change everything overnight. Here's how you can start applying the 8 mind shifts today. 1. Morning journal, 5 minutes. Write what's in your control today, 1 gratitude, and 1 virtue to practice. 2. Daily discomfort, 1 activity. Cold shower, fasting, or speaking up when it's scary. 3. 1 spending. Pause. Before buying anything unnecessary, wait 24 hours. 4th evening reflection, 3 minutes. Ask, did I live today as if it mattered? Do this for 7 days straight. Then watch what happens. You'll feel more focused, calmer, and more in control of your life. Why subscribe and join the community? You are not alone on this journey. Our channel, Making Life Better, is dedicated to transforming Stoic philosophy into modern tools for wealth, resilience, and freedom. We publish weekly videos on Stoic wealth strategies, mindset training for mental toughness, practical financial and personal growth habits. By subscribing, you join thousands of people worldwide, choosing strength over weakness, clarity over chaos, and purpose over drifting. Final Stoic words. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Stop debating, stop waiting, be the person you were meant to be. Start small today, build your inner fortress, take control of your life." Engagement, call to action. Tap like if these Stoic mind shifts resonate with you. Comment below, which Stoic principle will you start practicing today? Subscribe and share. Help others build unbreakable minds and lives.